Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Remember to like and subscribe for lifelong friendships. Maybe. Today we're building the granddaddy of Overwatch tanks, Reinhardt. This dude has been comfortable at the top of the hero list pretty much since the game released, and it's almost as easy to see why as Reinhardt is to play. Big shield, big armor, big hammer, everything a tank needs.
Stop! Hammer time!
Let's start off by figuring out our goals for this build. First, we'll get a hammer, then some methods of adding more damage to said hammer. Next, we'll get a shield and pray that our allies are smart enough to stand behind it. Finally, when defense stops working, we need something to help us charge into the fray and attack in the same round. For stats, we're going to be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll if you want, just keep your strength and charisma high. Strength will be number 1, that heavy armor and heavy hammer require a heavy person underneath. Constitution after that, Ryan soaks up damage almost as well as that morbidly obese Australian, so he's pretty thick. Charisma will follow. Knights have a natural leadership quality. Intelligence next. His armor is pretty high tech. Wisdom is on the lower end. It can be hard to see through a knight's helmet and will dump dexterity. He just really doesn't need it. Reinhardt is German and Germans are humans, but we'll make a variant human to keep things interesting. Grab the charger feat, which lets you make an attack or shove attempt as a bonus action after you dash, with an attack dealing an extra 5 damage and the shove pushing 10 feet instead of 5. This lets you pin someone to a wall or push them off the map, dealer's choice. Bump your strength and charisma with your free points, take history for your skill of choice, and the soldier background for athletics and intimidation. We'll start off as a paladin, giving you 2 skills from their list. Grab insight and persuasion so you can properly read a room. You get divine sense, which lets you detect fiends, undead, and celestials within 60 feet of you, an amount of times equal to your charisma modifier per long rest, so you'll know where edgy shotgun man and helpful angel girl are if you need to. You also have healing hands, giving you a pool of healing equal to 5 times your paladin level that you can distribute as an action. This is a much needed buff from the games. Reinhardt really needed some healing abilities. Second level paladins can choose a fighting style. Protection lets you use your reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack made against someone within 5 feet of you. You also can cast some spells. Shield of Faith gives a target of your choice plus 2 AC as a bonus action. It lasts for up to 10 minutes depending on your concentration. Protection from evil and good gives a creature you touch defensive advantage against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fiends, fae, and undead, meaning that those creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against your buddy, and the buddy has advantage on saving throws against being charmed, frightened, or possessed by that creature. Finally, you've got Divine Smite, letting you add 2d8 radiant damage to a melee attack by spending a spell slot. When you get higher level slots, you can add another d8 per spell level. Consider this the rocket on the back of your hammer. Third level paladins get Divine Health, making them immune to disease. Reinhardt is in great health for an older gentleman. You can also pick a Sacred Oath. The Oath of Devotion is great for any defender of good. You can channel divinity once per long rest for a sacred weapon, letting you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls and make your hammer all sparkly for a minute. If that's not your thing, you can also turn the unholy, forcing a wisdom save of 8 plus your proficiency bonus and your charisma score on any undead or fiend within 30 feet of you. If they fail, they have to use their action to dash away from you and can't willingly move closer to you. Finally, you get some oath spells, and you already had protection from evil and good, so let's talk about Sanctuary. This protects a creature of your choice, forcing anyone attacking them to roll a wisdom save or turn their attack to another creature. If they have nobody to attack, too bad. This ends early if the creature you're defending attacks or uses a spell, so once again, everyone would be safe if they just stayed behind the big rectangle. 4th level paladins get an ability score improvement, but we'll grab the magic initiate feat so we can grab 2 cantrips and a spell from the sorcerer list. Firebolt is a ranged spell attack that deals 1d10 fire damage and ignites flammable objects for a flame strike. Mending repairs a small tear and something so you can fix up gear with your apprentice. For your 1st level spell, Earth Tremor forces a dexterity save on creatures within a 10-foot radius of you and deals 1d6 bludgeoning damage to those that fail and knocks them prone. It also turns stone ground into difficult terrain. You did just shatter the earth after all. 5th level paladins get an extra attack, letting you use your action to make 2 attacks instead of 1. You can also learn 2nd level spells. Magic Weapon makes your weapon magical, giving you +1 to attack and damage rolls for up to an hour depending on your concentration, so you can hit even harder. 6th level paladins get Aura of Protection, giving creatures within 10-foot radius a bonus to their saving throws equal to your charisma modifier. Remember to thank them for actually getting behind the shield. 7th level Devotion paladins get Aura of Devotion, making friendly creatures within 10 feet of you immune to being charmed, so keep your friends close and your enemies can't make your friends their friends. I think that's how the saying goes. 8th level paladins can grab another feat. The Great Weapon Master feat lets you make an extra attack as a bonus action after you land a crit or take a foe to 0 HP. You can also swing recklessly for a -5 penalty to your attack roll, but a +10 buff to your damage. Hammers hit hard, but rocket hammers hit really hard. 9th level paladins get 3rd level spell slots, but honestly, just use these for 4d8 radiant divine smites. Pair it with a Great Weapon Master hit for even bigger damage. 10th level Paladins get Aura of Courage, meaning friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be frightened. Keep the payload moving, ignore the edgy shotgun man, or hit him with your hammer. Nobody's running away. 11th level Paladins get Improved Divine Smite, popping a permanent 1d8 radiant damage on all of your weapon attacks with the option to add more with some regular Divine Smite. Paladins can do insane damage, that's pretty great. 12th level Paladins get an ability score improvement, and let's take it. Bump up your strength for more damage and accuracy with your hammer. 13th level Paladins get 4th level spells, and as tempting as 5d8 Divine Smite is, Death Ward is a good spell. Protects a creature from dropping to 0 HP once in an 8-hour duration, keeping your party safe. Reinhardt is all about protection after all. 14th level Paladins get Cleansing Touch, letting you remove a negative spell effect from yourself or an ally. You can use this an amount of times equal to your Charisma modifier per long rest. Between all your auras and this, you should be able to make sure the whole team is always working in peak condition. 15th level Devotion Paladins get Purity of Spirit, permanently giving you the effects of the protection from evil and good spell. We talked about that at 2nd level, you remember that, right? 16th level Paladins get another ability score improvement. Cap that strength to make sure that hammer is hitting as hard as possible. 17th level Paladins get 5th level spell slots. Maybe you want one of those 5th level spells, but I just want 6d8 radiant damage to smack that Sombra who keeps sneaking up on us. 18th level Paladins auras now stretch out in a 30-foot radius, making your big ol' shield even bigger and keeping your allies safe. 19th level Paladins get their last ability score improvement. I'd invest in Constitution for a late game boost to the HP, or you could invest in Charisma, up to you. Our capstone is the 20th level of Paladin. Devotion Paladins get nano boosted with the Holy Nimbus. This lets you use an action to emit bright light in a 30-foot radius, dim light 30 feet after that. You get advantage on saving throws from effects created by fiends or undead, and you deal 10 radiant damage to anyone who hits you. It was already a bad idea to get close to Reinhardt, and now it's even worse. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how good of a build this is. First, you're a Defender of Allies with giant auras giving helpful benefits to everyone on your side. You can also deal a ton of radiant damage and damage in general. Finally, your Charger ability lets you push people around. If you can knock them into some lava or into an endless pit, that takes an enemy out in one hit. For weaknesses, you're lacking in Wisdom and Dexterity, two of the most common saving throws in the game. You're also not particularly well suited for ranged combat, so flying things could be problematic. Finally, radiant damage is great, but with bludgeoning being your only other option for damage, could run into things that resist your rocket hammer. But if that's the case, just set your shield up and dodge. Keep your allies safe and hopefully they'll have something to cover your gaps. Just remember, you can only protect people who stay close to you, so make sure everyone sticks to the payload. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more. We put out 2 videos every week. Come back next week for one lady who does great in space and one lady who kinda doesn't.